This is the kind of thing that a lot of people are going to get right very quickly without doing really any work, just understanding the concept. But I'd also say it does not take more than a few seconds to test your answer in Desmos, in the calculator, and be absolutely sure you are not falling for a trap. So let's take a look here. Y equals 6x plus 3, that's our equation. One of the two equations in a system of linear equations is given. The system has infinitely many solutions. That's like a phrase that should kind of trigger us. This is a very common topic on the SAT. We need to know what that means. Infinitely many solutions, when we have a linear system, lines, means that they are the exact same line. You need to know that. It has to be memorized, has to be quick, right? So same line. Which equation could be the second equation in this system? So which one is the same line? So what we're supposed to know here is that if we multiply both sides of an equation by the exact same thing, then we haven't really done anything to the equation. We've kind of doubled everything, right? In this case, they're doing 2. It doesn't have to be 2, but that's what they're doing here, right? So that means we've got to be really thorough, though. We have to double everything, and only choice D does that, right? A is doubling just one part of the line. B is doubling the right side, but the Y has to be doubled as well. I know that's weird because you're like, well, don't I want Y equals mx plus B? Yes, but in order for it to reduce out, everything needs to be doubled. And so C gets closer, but we need to distribute. The 3 also needs to be doubled. So D is the answer. But here's the thing. No matter what you thought the answer was, just test it, right? Go to Desmos, type in Y equals 6x plus 3. You're going to get a very simple line. There it is. And then remember, we know infinitely many solutions means same line. So let's say many people I think are going to pick B. I think that's our trap. So let's say you thought it's B and you're like, there's no way I'm wrong. Okay, well, let's see, right? Let's put that in. Y equals, and then don't have to do any math, just type it as you see it, 6x plus 3. It's clearly a different line, right? Look at the red and the black. They intersect at one point, but they do not overlap. And that's what it means for them to be the same line. They literally intersect at every point. They overlap completely. So that choice B, that's wrong. Let's just compare it to what we know is the right answer. And you know, here the parentheses are unnecessary, but we could put them in anyway. So 2 times y is equal to 2. And these parentheses are necessary, 6x plus 3. And close them. And look, where'd my black line go? Well, it's got covered by the blue. You can see as I turn the blue on and off, that it's literally on top of the black. You could zoom in if you wanted. I'm not going to bother, but it's the same exact line. That right there takes a few extra seconds, and it's worth it because the reason people are going to get this wrong is they think they know what they're doing. They know this part. They know what it says. If you have no idea what that means, then you got other things to study for the SAT, but it's still something that you should study because it is definitely going to come up. The number of solutions for no x squared situations. I have a lesson on it. But the people who get this wrong, they feel confidence because they're like, I've studied this. I know this. It means they're the same line. I've got to double it. And so they pick something like B because it looks like you're doubling it. And it's just, I don't know. They never have that second thought. They never have that moment of like, I could be wrong. I could be thinking about this incorrectly. And we should know that, you know, even in the easy module, a question number 20 out of 22 is going to be hard and is very likely to have some trap answers. And even if you did pick choice D originally, again, it does not take more than a split second to just type it in and see it with your eyes. Prove your instincts with actual equations, points, graphs, whatever it may be. The biggest reason people lose points unexpectedly on the SAT is they trust their gut too much, and they never really learn that sometimes their gut is wrong. Sometimes the SAT knows how to manipulate them into making mistakes. And all it takes is a few extra seconds and some key locations to just save it and by just verifying that your gut instinct is correct. And Desmos is great because we don't have to do anything except type exactly what we were told, and we can see with our own eyes that these are the same line. So if you got it wrong because you didn't do that, hopefully lesson learned, because they're going to get you again unless you change your ways and stop being so arrogant and trusting your gut so much.